Hey everybody, my name is Heather Snow and I am a weight loss surgery patient. And today's video is discussing how life does not stop your first year after weight loss surgery. So I'm doing this video because in some weird back of my mind thought, I kind of thought the world would stop or roll out the red carpet or take it easy on me while I physically recovered from surgery and while I dealt with the mental side of weight loss surgery. You know, like the learning how to eat and changing your relationship with food and all that. Somehow I thought that life wasn't going to throw me a curveball in the first 12 months. It's physically impossible for life to throw a curveball in the first 6 months or the first 12 months. Maybe it's because we call that the honeymoon period and bad things don't happen on the honeymoon period. I don't know. I don't know why. It just never occurred to me. Now, I knew physical recovery was going to be hard and the mental part of changing my relationship with food was going to be hard. But for some reason, I was so prepared on, keeping my marriage together and working on my relationship with food and learning about nutrition and physical exercise that I did not actually expect the world to throw curveballs at me that had nothing to do with my weight loss surgery. And I'm not a special butterfly, so I'm not the only one out there that somehow has this misconception that the rest of life is rainbows and butterflies and fairy tale princesses while we recover and get our shit together after weight loss surgery. And so I know you're watching this and part of you are like, oh, no. I'm so prepared. Nothing's going to faze me. Life can't throw a curveball at me because I'm prepared. I was one of them. I was one of those because I'm a crazy psycho person and I lots of research, lots of preparing, lots of lists and control freak. And I have my problems. And so I'm here to tell you, honey, you can sit there and you can think the world's going to be so fantastic for the first year and she's just going to slow down and give you a break. And I'm here to tell you, honey bun, she going to kick you so hard and make you land on your ass so hard, so quick. You ain't going to know what to do with it. Now, if you're thinking of having surgery, if you just had surgery, if you're 5 years, 10 years, 20 years out from surgery, I have no doubt you are on a support group page. And we've all seen it where, the rare cases where life throws a curveball, like somebody's husband leaves them or somebody died close to them. And for some reason, that's their fault because they didn't research enough about the surgery. So they weren't really prepared to have surgery. I got a leaf in my hair. Yeah. No. The world is not going to slow down. She's going to kick you on your ass while you're trying to figure life out. I don't know why we think that I know I'm not the only one. That we think the rest of the world is going to just be nice to us while we figure it out so we can handle stress later. It's not how it works. So November 8th, 2018, I decided to have surgery. January 21st, 2019, I had it. I lost 40 pounds in that a little over 2-month time frame. And like I said, I was prepared, y'all. I knew my first 1 to 3 months were going to be physically hard because of recovery. I'm married. I knew the statistics of divorce rate were really high. So we were doing therapy. We were doing couples therapy. He did individual. I did individual. It was all good. We were prepared. I'm working, so the first month, it sucked. It was hard to get my liquids in. I was dehydrated. I didn't have energy. I was I was constipated in ways I'd never been constipated. Now, I'd never been constipated. Never. Surgery changed that. I did things I did not know people in this day and age would have to do to fix that issue. And I need to make a video on it. I know it's not something we want to talk about, but your little innocent heart need to know before you get it done so you can be prepared. That's going to be another video though. So my first month sucked. My second month sucked. Third month, y'all, it was rainbows and butterflies and everything the fairy tales are made of. It was. I was on track. I had lost like 40 or 50 pounds by my third month. I was eating solid food. I still struggled with, like, the harsher lettuce, broccoli, things like that. Whatever. I mean, I still, struggled, but my mindset was good, y'all. I hosted a baby shower for my best friend in the whole world. I made, like, my mom made the cake, and then I decorated it, like, put it all together. I started doing projects around the house because I started having energy. I was learning how to exercise. I was learning how to eat. I was still researching the crap out of everything because my anxiety and my depression and my fibromyalgia were still beyond, like, controllable things. And I knew, like, food could help with that. Near the end of my third month, life sent me a really hard curveball, and it was actually May 6th, 2019, and I'm making this video on May 6th, 2020. Excuse me. Oh, I have so much to tell you. So my first big curveball was thrown at me 1 year ago today, and that was my mother was diagnosed with stage 4 cancer. And everything changed. And y'all, I'm telling you, I am 32. So I was 31 when I started. 30? I don't know. I was 30 when I started my weight loss journey. I feel like I woke up November 6th and 2018, and that was the day I changed my health. So I have, like, my pre-healthy life. I have from November 6th to January 20th, 2019. That is my pre-op life. And then I have my January 21st, 2019 to May 5th, 2019 is my post-op life. I have lived these different lives. I've lived so many different lives in a short amount of time because they've been such drastic changes that happen like that I literally looked, I can still remember, and I wrote it down vividly, May 6th, the end of May 6th, 2019, looking back on just May 5th and that person, and I didn't recognize that person. Like, I don't recognize the person I was on November 5th, 2018. I know I was her, but that wake-up call hit me so hard that it was like I became a whole new person overnight. Waking up from surgery was such a huge difference. It's a different life. Like, that innocent girl before surgery, the innocent girl post-surgery, and then May 6, 2019, we are now calling that post-cancer life. And it was so drastic. I remember that the weekend leading up to it, like, it was a Monday. Saturday, my mom, my sister, and one of our friends, we had a multifamily yard sale. My aunt had fallen and was in the hospital, and she was not doing good. They were talking nursing home. She has a mentally disabled son. So after the yard sale, I took my dog Gunner. We had our very first agility training. Not the very first. I think it was the third. So it was still very new though. But that was my first time running a sequence. It was amazing. My mom went and picked up my cousin to give my other aunt a break and let her go take care of my aunt in the hospital. So we kind of spent the afternoon with my cousin. Sunday, we went to the hospital to sit with my aunt, and we had cousins come from, I mean, it was a huge health issue. So we had cousins from out, who had come from hours away, cousins I'd never met, that my mom had grown up with. I got to meet like a bunch of extended family on that day. And my mom was talking about how healthy she was. And, older people, they get together, they're like, oh, I'm on all these meds. And my mom, she's in her 60s. She's not. And she's kind of bragging about it a little bit. She's got a right to be proud that she's 60 and she's not on any medication. And Monday, May 6th, my mom went in for a colonoscopy. And it was going to be, she went to the local hospital in my little town. It was going to be in and out. I was going to pick her up on my lunch break, take her home because she can't drive. They put you under. They were going to put her under so she can't drive. So she was going to call me on when she got up on my lunch break. I was going to go pick her up, run her home. The next day, I was going to pick her up from her house, take her to her car, and she's going to go to work on the 7th. Not a big deal. I'm at work and my office phone rings, and it's the hospital, and it's my mom's surgeon. It's not a nurse. And I'm like, that's weird. And it tells me, my mom's in recovery and she's doing okay, but he needs me to come up there because he's going to have to tell my mom she has cancer, and that's not something she needs to hear by herself. Plus she's, still under anesthesia, and she's probably not going to understand everything. So I just kind of was like, yeah, let me, I heard the word cancer, and I'm like, okay, my boss isn't here. Let me call him, get him to cover me, because I weigh trucks. So, like someone has to be there. Yeah, give me a few minutes. I'll be up there. And I just kind of autopilot, like in this surreal world. And I weighed 2 trucks out, and I got to my 3rd truck. I was weighing him out, and he's a regular, and he looks at me and he's like, what is wrong? Like, you are not yourself. And I was like, well, my mom's doctor just called me and said my mom has cancer. And when I said it out loud, I broke. I broke that weird spell you go in when you get that bad news. And I started crying, and I cried for a couple of minutes, and I was like, hold on. No, it's not going to be that big of a deal. Like, cancer is only bad if it's a certain type. Cancer is only bad if they catch it at the end stage. This is how much I knew about cancer. I thought there's 5 stages of cancer. So I know nothing. There's 4 stages. That's the end stage. So yeah, it's, I'm like, oh no, he just has to, like, he just really wants to make sure that someone's there for my mom, because it's a scary word, but it's going to be fine. So I like dry up and I go to the hospital, and yeah, it was not that. It's the scary kind of cancer. And it's so much so that, they can't release my mom. The hospital can't treat her. They need to do surgery right away. She's got to be on liquid diets. Things are crazy. So we're stuck in this hospital for a week trying to find a hospital bed at a bigger hospital that can care for her to open up. Then we're moved to that hospital, which is only an hour away, which from where we're at is not a bad drive at all. And then we spend a good solid month in the hospital, and then we're in and out of hospitals for months afterwards. So my mom is listed terminal. We're told she's dying. I'm taking off work. I'm not getting paid. I ran through all of my sick leave and my vacation time. The only reason I'm not fired is because of FMLA, which is a federal law in the United States to protect my job for so many hours. I'd already used 2 weeks up when I had surgery. So like, I'm kind of biting my time. And so my mom's dying. Money's an issue. I'm not living at home. My diet is hard to stick to because I don't care. I'm not focused on it. I try to, but at the end of the day, I'm not as committed to it as I needed to be. I get myself and my husband into about $10,000 of debt over the next few months. Just because I was so focused on that and nothing else, and not paying bills and not making money, but still spending money. It was bad. My mom does better than what they think, which is fantastic. But we realize that she's not always going to be able to work. My husband and I'm the youngest of 6. The rest of my siblings are married. Their husbands or spouses are home. Wives are home all the time. They have kids. My husband's an over-the-road truck driver, so he's never home. We don't have kids, so it's just kind of me. So it's easiest for me to care for her, which is fine. I mean, never a question. Totally gonna take care of my mom. So we decide that I need to move in with my mom, and we're gonna try and put our house up for sale. Because we live out in the country. It's a good 15-minute drive from the hospital. Like good as in it would take EMT 15 minutes to get there, speeding to get to my house. She can't wait that long, 30, 40 minutes from the time we realize there's an emergency. Whereas her house is in the city, it's like 5-minute drive to the hospital. So mentally just drained, still trying to figure out my relationship with food, still trying to learn about nutrition, trying to understand my mom's cancer, trying to be supportive with her, trying to get house repairs done from a hurricane over a year before that had not been taken care of, so we could put the house on the market. Not making money, going into debt. My husband has Asperger's, so he's not dealing with my 140-pound weight loss. We're in therapy. We were in therapy before I had surgery, but it was a big struggle for him. So and frankly, I'm not giving him the attention and time he needs because all of my focus is going to my mom. So our marriage is suffering. I'm neglecting my dogs. I'm a huge dog mom. I love my dogs. My dogs are probably one of the biggest reasons I decided to get fit, because I was doing a lot of dog training and agility and stuff like that, and I couldn't keep up. And I had all these happy, healthy dogs. So my dogs are in and out of boarding facilities. They're in kennels. They're not getting their medications. They're not getting fed. They're not getting attention. They're not getting the love they need. So I feel a failure there. A friend had backstabbed me earlier in 2019. And so I tried to cut her out of my life, and she was kind of trying to make excuses and get back in during all this. So that was stressful. Got to worry about my job. I'm going to lose my job, not making money, like just general stress from my job. It's our busy season. I'm not there. Mistakes are being made. It's just crazy. Life's just coming at me, and it's just coming at me, and it's coming at me, and I don't have time to think. And it was hard. It was hard. I mean, and there's more stuff going on, just all this stuff coming at me. And I just didn't even think. I just didn't even have time to think. And so I tried so hard to stick to my diet. It's not easy when you're living in a hospital, especially when the only healthy food was salad, which necessarily isn't healthy. It kind of depends. And I was still really new. My stomach wasn't really digesting lettuce very well. So everything that my stomach could digest was not healthy and could actually make me dump. And, my family's there. It's stressful. Like I'm the youngest of 6 from a small redneck community. There's family drama everywhere we go. I love all my siblings, but kind of want to punch them all in the face sometimes. I'm sure y'all know. So it's just a lot. Me and my sister, we were on board with each other, but we're both very take charge people. So sometimes we were at odds. Like, no, this is how it's going to be done. We're actually, I think all my siblings are very take charge people, and so that's probably why we kind of a little stress with the family. And then there's like goodies coming in for my mom who can't eat. She's on a liquid diet for like 3 months or 2 months or something because of surgeries and stuff. So there's like all these good foods, all my trigger foods, all my favorite foods are coming. And I do good, y'all. I do good. I don't fail every day. I fail some days. I don't fail other days. Like, I'm good. But honestly, until recently, I didn't even realize how much stress had come at me. During this period of time, I thought I would have it easy. And I really just coming up on this anniversary and going, man, I remember so much of like how sheltered I thought my life would be. So I want to share with people that, and just put it out there, life is not going to stop throwing you curveballs because you have weight loss surgery. And you can't stop trying to work on your diet and work on your relationship with food and get your head games taken care of because you have stress. Because you're always going to have stress. Life is stressful. Like, even when life is good, it's still stressful. So there are a few tips I've come up with that have helped me be more successful as I continue on my journey. So at this point, I'm 15 months out. I'm still 20 pounds from goal weight. I might not be 20 pounds from goal weight. I haven't weighed myself in 3 weeks because I ended up with COVID-19 and I had to go stay with some friends for 2 weeks. Pretty sure I lost weight, and now I'm having to stay with my sister. I still can't go home because I haven't got my test results yet to show I'm negative. So we're still waiting on negative test results so I can go take care of my mom. So it's been crazy. So here are some tips. 1, you need to understand life is not going to take it easy on you because you had weight loss surgery. And you are going to have to figure out how to fix your relationship with food, with the mind games, with whatever got you unhealthy to the point you're double your body weight or morbidly obese that you've had to have surgery. You need to understand that stress is going to come. Your game plan can't be, oh, I'll only eat healthy. I'll only do the mental work when life is easy, because it's not. It's going to keep coming. We don't get in a protective bubble just because we had surgery. And I don't know why we think that, because we know, like, we really know that's not how life works. But for some reason, that's how our brain works. Our brain tells us it's going to be like, oh, you're just going to have to focus on this. You're not going to have to focus on all the other aspects of life. It doesn't work that way. So you need to own up to that. 2, get an accountability partner you don't know. You will be more honest with a stranger about your shortcomings than you will with a loved one. It needs to be someone who is on a weight loss journey of themselves and has a lot of the same ideas of how you're going to eat and stuff like that. So maybe somebody from a support group, like your plan support group or something like that. Or my AP lives in Canada and is on a different time zone and is like 20 years older than I am. I love her to death. I cannot wait to get to meet her in real life. She is amazing. She will call me out on my bullshit, and I will call her out on hers. And that is what you need. So you need to